Welcome to the next episode of the Dark Web Deacon. So let's check our secure connections, adjust our hoodies, and as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. When I'm not scouring the deep, dark web for new content for future episodes, I occasionally like to kick back and relax with a good dark web or hacker movie. Now, most dark web inspired movies are not high production affairs, but trying to find a straight-to-video movie that is not total trash can be a test of persistence. For today's Dark Web Deacon movie review, we're going to look at Dark Web Descended to Hell. This review will have some spoilers, but I do try to avoid any major spoilers for the review. I have to admit, I was pretty excited to check this one out. Part of the synopsis of this 2021 film is as follows. A young YouTuber, Ludovico122, will try to reach the 8th level of the dark web, penetrating the deepest and unknown part of the internet while he films the experience for his audience. But he's not prepared for a horrible surprise that will change his life. Sounds good, right? Well, the first half of the film was more a descent into boredom than a descent into hell. In the first act of the film, we meet Ludovico122, a YouTuber looking to establish himself and wants to beat out his rival, Eric Fire, for views on his path to hopeful fame and fortune. Despite his confident YouTube demeanor, he's a deeply lonely person who recently had a breakup with his girlfriend and has an overbearing mother and is living in a crappy apartment. The first act of the film is more of a documentary on the dark web and highlights some viral videos of the past. So if you're looking for some cool history about dark web videos, you will like the first act of the film. For dark web enthusiasts who are viewers of my channel, the film does play on the idea that there are multiple layers of the dark web, and the deepest layer is some type of all-powerful AI, which as we all know is just total crap. The second act of the film starts off much like the first, in which Ludovico122 is traversing the various layers of the internet in each of his videos. He did a video on layer 1 and layer 2 in the first part, and then hits layer 3 and talks about Tor. He then receives a random link from a text message that brings him into a level 4 layer of the dark web with a red room. He sees a girl strapped to a wheelchair that is being tormented by two masked individuals. He watches in shock and disbelief at what he has seen, and then his computer crashes. He reaches out to DOS Darknet, a hacker contact that was given to him by his friend Erica, aka Electra, who has been helping him market and come up with ideas for his dark web videos. DOS Darknet gets him back online, and the next day his videos are starting to blow up on YouTube. And then things start to take a turn for the worst, not just for Ludovico, but for us as a viewer. He finds out the girl he saw in the red room is real, and was an abducted Croatian girl who has never been found. Then the hacker, DOS Darknet, begins to torment him about supposed violence that Ludovico122 asked him to commit against his rival, Eric Fire. And then at another twist, he goes back to the red room from earlier and now sees his friend Electra tied up and begging for her life. Throughout the second act of the film, Ludovico is drinking and popping pills to cope with his current life situation that results in random flashbacks. We now enter the third and final act of this film, which started off as an interesting premise about diving deeper into each layer of the dark web, but is quickly turning into a hot mess. The Red Room Master demands Ludovico perform a disturbing act on his pet fish, or his friend Erica will be sacrificed. Then his previous flashbacks go into overdrive, and he enters what appears to be a full-blown hallucination that looks like something out of Requiem for a Dream. It's in this hallucinogenic state that he finally learns the truth about what really happened to his girlfriend. The emotions and imagery overwhelm him as the movie concludes. This is a slow-paced film that is half documentary and half dark web drama in the vein of Unfriended Dark Web. The production quality is good, and the cinematography in the later half of the film I found to be inspiring and matched the mood of the film, especially the hallucinogenic dream sequence. The acting is subpar aside from Jimena Frontera, who plays the role of Erica. Unlike other dark web films like Radar or The Den, this film is not scary, aside from the single red room scene and has lost its sense of build-up that I had hoped with its original idea of Ludovico traversing the deepest levels of the dark web. As I mentioned, the first half is an interesting educational lesson on the dark web, but the second half of the film does fall flat, and the ending will confuse and disappoint most. IMDb ratings have it as either a 1 or a 2 or a 9 or a 10, either which I don't agree with and feel like they're both pretty extreme. Overall, I would give the film 1 thumbs up, and it's worth a watch if you need 90 minutes to burn on a plane. Check out the Dark Web Deacon merch store. We have high-quality t-shirts, accessories, and signature hoodies, of course, and become a true dark web enthusiast in VIP. New videos are published every Monday and Thursday.